Hi everyone, welcome to another video, this time in English too. I apologize that there are so few English videos, however with the AI that translates it into English smoothly or more or less smoothly, I feel it's not always worth doing it in English, but this time I felt it's worth it because I've made my dream come true and I bought myself an OM-3. This camera has been announced a year ago, so it's not an impulse buy. It's a buy that I've been contemplating, thinking of, and because a nice bargain here in Poland appeared and I could lease it and put it into my company costs, I decided to go for it. And one of the main reasons I decided to go for it was Emily from Microphone Nerds. I'm sure you all know her. If you ever watch any videos about Micro Four Thirds format, then I'm sure you know Emily. But what I truly appreciate about her and her videos is that she actually owns the camera. She owns the camera, she uses the camera, she's been using it for the past year, and she is not beating around the bush. She is telling what is wrong with the camera, she is telling what is great about the camera, what she appreciates about it. And her being a professional photographer who shot weddings for many years, I really trust her opinion and trust what she says. And after buying this camera, I regret nothing. So, as I said, I found a great deal about it, which is the first thing that I love here in Poland. I'm still waiting if I will get a cashback because there is this spring cashback on OMSystem. I don't know if they will give it to me since I'm leasing it, and I of course have not read the regulations of it, but even if they don't, I'll be very happy with it. So what I love about the camera, the first thing I fell in love with was of course the looks. It's just gorgeous. It's beautiful metal body. It has beautiful, all these knobs are wonderful. Knobs and dials are wonderful. They are clicky. They have this there's not smooth surface. It's a bit coarse, which I think will wear off a little bit in time, which only adds to the beauty of it. And it's just gorgeous. It's like a little jewelry piece. I really don't mind the on-off switch on this side. I've been using mostly Olympus or only Olympus, and I'm so used to it, it's just a muscle memory, so I'm not bothered by it at all. But the tactile feeling and the feeling that this camera feels so dense, so solid in the hand, fantastic. My favorite so far camera from Olympus was this one, EM10 Mark II, because it's also made from metal and it's gorgeous, and this is just like a bigger brother or bigger sister, however you wish to view it, of this camera that I truly loved and love still. Nothing has changed. But what truly blew me away is the autofocus of this camera. I've only had it for a week, so there's not much I can say about it, but from what I've tested so far, it's just fantastic. I never could have trusted my EM5 Mark III in the situations I trust this camera. To be honest, I never used EM5 Mark III in a way that I would have all focus points on and trusted that it will catch someone's face. I always used single point autofocus with it. So this is such an huge deal and such a huge change in the way I'm shooting now. It's just incredible. I absolutely love it. And the fact that I can so quickly in this camera change how I shoot is also amazing. By default, this lever that I normally in my EM5 used as a switch from manual to autofocus, this one now switches from single point autofocus to all points autofocus. And that's super easy, super fast. And what is more, I programmed this button to be subject detection. If I click it once, it will show the last subject detection I used. If I click and hold it and turn the front dial, I can quickly scroll through all the different subject detection modes. Forgive me, it's all in Polish, but I guess by the symbols you can see what it's about. So this is so fast, so convenient, like zero hassle. Incredible. I absolutely love this function. And this CP button, it works the same. You click it, it rotates the front dial, and it just goes through all these different functions that you have. If you click it once, it goes to the first one on the list or the one that you've used as the last one. So this is brilliant. The autofocus, my goodness, I really love it. The photos I'll show you, these are like pigeons are taken through my not so clean window, and there's no miss. The swans were showing me their backsides and they're tiny in the image. The camera has zero problem. The dog was shot through the door of a cafe. No problem with it. I love this, and right after I finish recording this, I will go for a photo walk with it to test it further. But so far, I absolutely love it. What I also love is, of course, this creative dial, something I haven't had in any of my cameras before, and I really like shooting JPEG. If I go for a photo walk, if I go somewhere with friends, I don't want the hassle of editing photos. I am not the great fan of editing photos. I'm using not such young Windows laptop with a horrific screen, absolutely horrific screen, and I need to always double check it on some other device what are actually the colors. So for me to have great colors straight out of camera, the ones that I can actually adjust and modify, wonderful, wonderful thing. I need to learn this dial because I, for now, just used what the company offers here without tweaking it too much or at all. But I know that I will love it, and I need to find my own recipe that will tick all my boxes. But I love this. I absolutely love it. What didn't surprise me was the viewfinder, because I knew this will not be a fantastic viewfinder. It's very similar to the one that I have in my EM5 Mark III, but it was told by all the reviewers, and it's not a secret, so I did not expect it to be something it's not. And I was not surprised that the ergonomics and me functioning with the ergonomics will be different, because I knew it's flat here. I'm waiting for the grip. It's coming from China, so it'll take a while. But yeah, so far, no surprise here. And actually, well, there is a slight surprise. It's more comfortable than I thought it would be. I thought it would be very uncomfortable. The only uncomfortable thing I find is like with the way that my hand lands on it, this pinky, like the weight of the camera kind of lays on the creative dial. So it's not the most comfortable way of gripping it. Plus, ladies, if you have your nails done, this could actually maybe mess up your nail a little bit, because it's very, as you can see, the surface, it's not a smooth surface, but it has this little, I don't know how to say it, nooks, teeth, so they can mess up your manicure, so be mindful of that. But apart from that, camera, wonderful. And colors did not surprise me, because I love Olympus colors, and I do love the color profiles that are here, especially the more vivid ones. What surprised me? Well, there's actually less function buttons than there are in my EM5 Mark III, which I somehow either didn't hear or ignored in the gazillion reviews I've watched. Please don't be like me, don't do that to yourself. But there's less of them. On the other hand, these two, for instance, are multifunctional because I can just scroll through them. So I don't think I will miss any of them. I wish this here was a button here as well. That would make a difference, to be honest. But it isn't. I have nothing programmed to this button still. It's still the viewfinder switching modes, which I almost never use because I love how this switching between the screen and the viewfinder works on Olympus. But yeah, I'll be learning the camera. I'll see what I'll need to use these two for. Normally I use them for focus peaking and zooming in while manually focusing. What else surprised me is that because I'm holding this camera a little bit differently than my EM5 or my EM10, the back of my palm, you probably can hear that, I accidentally switched the focus point with the D-pad. So I need to still figure out how to hold the camera, not to do it to myself, because that was a little frustrating. Not too much, because I'm sure there's work around it. Maybe I'll just switch it off because I've been changing focus points on the screen anyways. But yeah, that's one thing that when I have like a deeper grip, then I'm switching it with the back of my palm unknowingly. What surprised me is that it's lighter than I thought, because everyone was saying that it's a heavier camera. And to be honest, I can't feel it. I guess it all depends how it feels in your hand. I can't feel it that much. Sure, it's a little lighter than my EM10 that I have here, but not that much, to be honest. And I have 2 primes on them, so the weight is more or less similar. In my hand, I really can't feel it that much, and I love carrying this camera with me, so I think it will be no different with this one. And size, again, I thought it will be bigger. I assumed it will be bigger, and it's not tiny compared with my EM10. As you can see, the length difference is noticeable, is visible, but the thickness-wise, they're almost identical. So if I put it in my bag, it's the thickness usually that makes the difference, not the length of the camera. And as far as how tall they are, so OM3 is a touch taller. Not much, but a bit it is. I don't know how tall is EM10 Mark IV, because it might be taller than this one. But yeah, so it's a nice surprise. It's a welcomed surprise that it's not as big as I imagined. And if you compare it with like my Nikon D80, which is a heavy DSLR, really, Nikon D80, it is APS-C of course, but it's huge compared to this one. It's way thicker, way taller, and definitely way heavier, because it's, oh yeah, it's a noticeable difference. And it also has a prime here, not a zoom lens, and it's a small prime, as you can see, and a plastic prime. So yeah, the size is not as bad as I thought it would be. It's different when you see it on the screen and when you finally put it in your hand. I don't have tiny hands, but I don't have huge hands, and it works perfectly for me. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will be testing this camera slowly. I will be testing this camera with joy, and thank you, Emily, for being such a great sport and actually using the cameras that you are recommending. And as I said at the beginning, I regret nothing. I'm so happy with it so far. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.